please don't leave me. Everything would be okay soon.
Leave me alone. I'm done.
Olivia, please don't leave me. I promise to work hard and provide for you. Please leave my house. I don't want you anymore. Or have you forgotten how you treated me when I had no money?
At 29, Ethan Carter believed he had finally found the woman he would grow old with. Her name was Olivia. They met at a small coffee shop in Chicago when they were both 22. Ethan was working 2 jobs while trying to build a small technology company from his apartment. Olivia was studying marketing and dreaming of a beautiful future. They didn't have much money, but they had each other. At least, Ethan thought they did. For 7 years, Ethan loved Olivia with everything he had. He remembered her favorite coffee. He surprised her with flowers when she had a bad day. When she got sick, he stayed beside her through the night. When she lost her job, Ethan told her, "Don't worry, we'll get through this together." And when Ethan's business failed twice, Olivia was the person he expected to stand beside him. But slowly, something changed. Olivia started comparing Ethan to other men. "Do you ever think about buying a real house?" she asked one evening. "I'm working on it," Ethan replied. "You've been saying that for years." Ethan lowered his eyes. He knew he wasn't rich. He knew he couldn't take her on expensive vacations or buy her designer bags. But he loved her. One Friday night, Olivia told Ethan she was going to a business dinner with some friends. She didn't tell him about Marcus. Marcus was 38, wealthy, confident, and the owner of several luxury car dealerships. He drove a black Rolls-Royce. Ethan drove an old Honda. And Olivia noticed the difference. At first, she told herself Marcus was only a friend, but soon, her phone was always in her hand. She smiled at messages Ethan wasn't allowed to see. Then one rainy evening, Ethan came home early and found Olivia sitting silently on the couch. She looked nervous. "Ethan, we need to talk." His heart immediately sank. "What happened?" Olivia took a deep breath. "I've met someone else." The room became painfully quiet. Ethan stared at her. "Someone else?" "His name is Marcus." Ethan felt something inside him break. After 7 years? Olivia wiped a tear from her cheek. "I'm sorry. I want more from life." Ethan stepped closer. "I was building that life with you." She shook her head. "You were trying, but Marcus already has the life I want." Those words hurt more than the breakup itself. Ethan looked at the woman he had loved for 7 years and realized that love alone could not make someone stay. "So you're leaving me for money?" Olivia didn't answer. Her silence was enough. That night, Ethan watched her pack her bags. At the door, she turned around. "I'm sorry." Ethan nodded slowly. "One day, Olivia, you'll understand that money isn't everything." She walked away. The door closed. Ethan stood alone in the apartment they had once dreamed of sharing forever. He cried that night, not because he had lost a girlfriend. He cried because he had lost his best friend, his future, and the woman he thought would be beside him when everything finally worked out. But neither Ethan nor Olivia knew that the next morning would change his life forever. At exactly 7:14 a.m., Ethan received a phone call that would turn the broken man into someone nobody expected. And suddenly, the man Olivia had abandoned because he wasn't rich was about to become a billionaire.
14 the next morning, Ethan's phone rang. He almost ignored it. He had barely slept. His eyes were swollen from crying, and his apartment felt strangely empty without Olivia. He reached for the phone. "Hello? Ethan Carter?" "Yes. This is James from Carter Innovations." Ethan sat up. James was the attorney who had helped him register his technology company years ago. "Yes, what's going on?" "Where are you right now?" "At home." "You need to come to my office immediately." Ethan frowned. "Why?" "Because something happened last night." "What happened?" James took a deep breath. "Your former business partner, Daniel Brooks, has been found." Ethan froze. Daniel had disappeared 5 years earlier after stealing important technology from their company. Ethan had spent years trying to rebuild after the betrayal. "What does that have to do with me?" "Everything." Ethan rushed to the office. When he arrived, James placed a thick folder on the table. "Daniel left something for you." Ethan opened it. Inside were legal documents, investment records, and a letter. His hands began shaking as he read. Years ago, Ethan and Daniel had developed a revolutionary energy-saving technology. Daniel had stolen the idea and sold it to an international corporation. But Daniel had secretly kept Ethan's original ownership documents. And now, after a major legal battle, Ethan had been recognized as the rightful owner of the technology. James looked at him carefully. That technology is now worth billions. Ethan stared at him. Billions? Yes. The company that bought it has agreed to settle. Ethan, after taxes, legal fees, and settlements, your personal stake is estimated at just over $1 billion. For several seconds, Ethan couldn't speak. Yesterday, he had been a heartbroken man with an old car and a nearly empty bank account. Today, he was a billionaire. But strangely, the money didn't make him happy. His first thought was Olivia. He remembered her standing at the door. Marcus already has the life I want. He could buy almost anything now. But he couldn't buy back 7 years. He could buy a mansion. But he couldn't buy back the nights Olivia had held his hand. He could buy 100 luxury cars. But he couldn't buy the woman who had walked away when he had nothing. Meanwhile, Olivia was enjoying breakfast at Marcus's penthouse. Marcus placed a diamond bracelet on the table. For you. Olivia's eyes widened. Oh my goodness. She smiled and hugged him. For the first time, she felt like she had made the right decision. Then Marcus's phone rang. He answered. Yes? His expression suddenly changed. What? Olivia watched him carefully. What happened? Marcus ended the call. That was my financial advisor. And? Marcus looked disturbed. Ethan Carter just became a billionaire. Olivia's smile disappeared. What did you say? Ethan, your ex-boyfriend. She stared at Marcus as if she had forgotten how to breathe. No, Marcus nodded. His technology company just won a massive legal settlement. Olivia slowly sat down. Her mind raced back to the night before. Ethan's tired face, his simple clothes, his old car, his broken voice when he asked, "So you're leaving me for money?" She had believed she was choosing the better life. Now the man she had abandoned had more money than she could ever imagine. But then something even more painful crossed her mind. She hadn't simply left Ethan. She had left him when he was struggling. And now that he had everything, she suddenly wanted him back. That afternoon, Olivia picked up her phone. She stared at Ethan's name for almost 10 minutes. Finally, she typed, "Ethan, can we talk?"
Across town, Ethan's phone lit up. He saw the message. His heart stopped for a moment. Then he remembered the tears he had cried alone the night
Please
before.
don't leave me.
He slowly
Everything
placed
would
the
be
phone
okay
face
soon.
down. For the first time
Leave
in
me
7
alone.
years,
I'm done.
Ethan chose himself. But Olivia wasn't ready to give up. She was about to make a decision that would force Ethan to choose between his past and the future he had never imagined. She left her loyal boyfriend of 7 years for another man. Then he became a billionaire overnight. For 3 days, Ethan didn't reply to Olivia's message. He wasn't trying to punish her. He simply didn't know what to say. 7 years of love couldn't disappear in one night, even after betrayal. Then, on Friday evening, Olivia appeared outside Ethan's new office. She stood beside the entrance, holding a small box. When Ethan saw her, he stopped walking. "Olivia?" Her eyes filled with tears. "I know you probably don't want to see me." Ethan said nothing. She opened the box. Inside was an old photograph of the two of them from their first year together. "I found this while packing," she whispered. "I remembered how happy we were before money became important." Ethan looked at the photograph. "We were happy because we loved each other. I still love you." Ethan looked at her. "Do you?" Olivia nodded quickly. "I made a terrible mistake." "You didn't make a mistake, Olivia. You made a choice." She started crying. "I thought Marcus could give me a better life. And now that I'm rich, you came back?" She lowered her head. "I know how it looks. It looks exactly like what happened." Those words broke her heart. Ethan took a deep breath. "I loved you when I had nothing. When my company failed, I stayed up all night trying again. When I couldn't afford nice things, I still tried to make you feel special. I never expected you to be rich for me." "I know," she whispered. "No, you don't." His voice became softer. "You knew I was struggling, but you decided my struggle made me unworthy of your love." Olivia wiped her tears. "Can you ever forgive me?" Ethan looked at her for a long moment. "Yes." She looked surprised. "But can we get back together?" Ethan shook his head. "Not everything you forgive should be returned to your life." Olivia cried harder. At that moment, Marcus arrived. He stepped out of his luxury car and walked toward them. "Olivia, we're leaving." Ethan looked at him. Marcus gave a nervous smile. "Congratulations on your success." "Thank you." Marcus hesitated. Then Ethan noticed Olivia wasn't moving. "Olivia?" She looked at Marcus. Then she looked at Ethan. And finally, she said something Marcus never expected. "I can't go with you." Marcus's face hardened. "After everything I've given you?" Olivia shook her head. "That's the problem. I thought gifts were love." She turned toward Ethan. "I don't want your money, Ethan." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "I want the man who loved me before he became rich." Ethan's eyes became wet. For a moment, he wanted to believe her, but love had taught him something painful. Words were easy. Trust was not. "I hope you find peace, Olivia," he said. Then he walked away. Months passed. Ethan never became the arrogant billionaire everyone expected. Instead, he built schools, funded small businesses, helped struggling families, and quietly paid the medical bills of people who couldn't afford treatment. One evening, while visiting a community center he had funded, a little girl approached him. "Mr. Ethan?" "Yes?" "Mommy says you're a good man." Ethan smiled. "Tell your mommy I said thank you." The girl hugged him, and for the first time since Olivia left, Ethan felt something he hadn't felt in months: peace. Later that night, he received a message from an unknown number. "You don't know me, but I saw what you did today. My name is Sarah. Thank you for helping my family." Ethan smiled. He replied,
"You're welcome. I hope life becomes better for you." He didn't know it yet, but Sarah would soon become an important part of his life. Not because she knew he was a billionaire, not because she wanted his money, but because she would love him for the same reason Olivia once did, before money entered the picture. And Ethan was about to discover that sometimes losing the person you love is not the end of your story. Sometimes it is the beginning of the life you were meant to live.
Please leave my house. I don't want you anymore. Or have you forgotten how you treated me when I had no money?